Okay, now that all of our media is in, we want to remove the funnel. Again, taking care not to pull the D-tube up out of the tank. Okay, you're then going to want to fill the whole cylinder with water. You're going to want to let that soak for a minimum of an hour. You can let it soak up to 24 hours, but a minimum of an hour. And one of the things you want to make sure for the sulfur air system is that you put the top basket into the bottom of the valve prior to installation on the tank. So that guy fits right in here like this, and you just give it a little click. It's like a little pressure cooker top lid, and it snaps right into place. Then you can go ahead and install it down on your dip tube and thread it on. Okay, we're going to go ahead and install the control valve. What you're going to want to do is make sure you put some lube that came in the tube here on this inner O-ring and this tank seal O-ring right here, just to make sure that it doesn't stick when you have to remove it and you pull that D-tube up and you have the problems like I just explained. So you want to get some good lube on those O-rings. And we're going to go ahead and thread that on. Now again, you want to put these on hand tight. You don't want to use a strap wrench or anything on them. Just seat the O-ring. Okay, now we're going to install the bypass valve. Once again, there's two O-rings here. You also do want to make notice on the bypass valve here and on the back of the control valve, there are inlet and outlet arrows. And these simply, you just want to make sure you match them up with the correct inlet and outlet. Again, these O-rings slip right in, pop them into the seat, and then thread the fittings up. And now we'll install the 1-inch adapters. Again, putting lube on the O-rings. And again, these all need to just be hand tight. The O-ring's actually what seals. Okay, we're going to go ahead and install the inlet and outlet flex lines. And again, these are nice. They have little rubber seals that seal right up to the edge of them, so they're really ease the installation process. And there again, these don't take a lot, so you just want to snug them up. Okay, at this time we also want to verify that our valve is in bypass mode. This means both handles face each other. Basically the water will come in, but not into the tank yet, just into this part. I want to mention at this point, we want to make sure our house supply is shut off. You don't want water going to the house yet. And also if you have any other appliances like water softeners or other filters in line, you want those in the bypass mode as well. When we go into the initial processing of the backwash, we want to make sure everything's isolated. Now we're going to install the vent line. The vent is located here on the side of the valve. We'll go from here to the top of our drain. Okay, for the air gap, basically you would use a standard PVC cement and primer onto your drain. Then take your drain tube, basically feed it onto the top here with a hose clamp and tighten it. And again, on the valve side here, your drain is right here. And we're just going to slide that up over it and install a hose clamp. Okay, now we're going to plug in the power adapter. The first thing we want to do is remove the dust lid. Basically lift the tab in the front and back and slightly pull apart. And you'll notice the P here, that stands for power. It's the outer plug. You'll want to plug it right into there. and then the 110 standard prong into a outlet.